Standing by for us in Pretoria. Patricia, what's the latest where you are? You obviously spoke to the minister a little earlier on.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back. Of course, we continue here to monitor developments unfolding here on the ground as law enforcement agencies are trying to interact with the motorists to, of course, appeal on them and really just urge them to adhere to the rules of the road, drive responsibly, not drink and drive, and not speed. As the minister highlighted earlier, that speeding and drinking and driving remain some of the major contributors factors to the high numbers of road fatalities that the country observes, in particular this time of the year. Now, you would notice that normally such operations are held at the highway where motorists are stopped, and of course you'll see those search operations also taking place and that direct interaction. So they've moved it away from the road and they're having it here, and the reason why they've done that is to ensure smooth flow of traffic. They're trying to avoid those congestions that we always see. Some of them, of course, caused by the road safety awareness operations that are held. So they've moved the operation to be held up here so that the traffic down there can move as smoothly as possible. But I think the other highlight, or rather concern I must touch on, is that we already woke up to a bloody start with those 10 people who perished this morning in the accident that involved the truck and of course the mini bus taxis. So let's speak to the taxi industry to find out how will they help to make sure that South Africans do arrive safe at their destinations, those who are dependent on taxi transport. I am now joined by the spokesperson for Santago in Gauteng, and that is Mr. Midday Mali, who'll just talk about your operations. Let's start with the 10, of course, passengers who perished this morning. They were involved in that fatal accident. Taxi was also part of it. Just your sentiment on that.
Well, thank you very much. My sentiments, condolences to those passengers who lost their lives due to an accident. Also, what we would say, we are still trying to investigate and get the check what really happened about the accident, but we really made aware that it was the early hours in this morning. So, but what we can suspect as an industry at the moment, that maybe the cause of that accident, maybe the fatigue, also maybe to check again the road that they were traveling at, what could be the main cause. But we are still conducting and listening to our people who are on the ground and checking the investigations. But for now, the suspect on our minds and ideas, we're thinking on a fatigue. And
let's talk about your role that you will be playing as a taxi industry. A lot of South Africans depend on taxi transport to get to their destinations. So what are you doing to make sure that your members, taxi drivers, adhere to the rules of the road, and they make sure that South Africans actually arrive safely?
Thank you very much. Also, we are having a program that is called Hlokomela, that speaks to taking care of our passengers, taking care of our vehicles, taking care of our drivers. Now, what we are doing with these activations as of today, we are looking into our vehicles to check them that they are roadworthy, they are our drivers as well, that they are fit to be on the road. We also encourage, when we speak and interact with the commuters, that especially the passengers who are in the front seat and the second seat from the driver's seat, we normally say to them, please communicate time to time with our drivers so that you can quickly identify when the fatigue is attacking the driver. But if there is no communication inside the vehicle, it's easily to find out that the number of the accidents may increase, because fatigue is also playing a major role in terms of the accident in our country.
Do you feel that your members actually adhere to these rules? Because we continue to see the accidents still happening despite the efforts that we hear the taxi industry echoing. Do you feel that your members actually listen?
Well, I would say some of them are listening, because we can check when we are present here. They stop, they listen to us. We even talk to the passengers to say, from the distance where you started up to where we are, how was the driving of the driver. Some of them, they comment very well. They say, he has been driving very good for us. We are communicating with him, even though not all the people have adhered to what we are saying to them. But we are trying by all means. Hence, today we are out again. If we can win this battle, we will not be here. But we are trying to put an impact on it so that we talk to our drivers and show them the importance of our people in the country.
All right. Now, those who maybe you find that they're not listening, they're not adhering to the rules. Of course, the law will take its course. But as a taxi industry, what do you do to perhaps enforce impunitive measures on your members who do not adhere, who do not respect the road users, who do not respect the passengers that they're carrying? I mean, those are people's children, mothers, fathers that are in those taxis.
Well, what we do when we are on the road, we normally discontinue the journey of that particular vehicle. We stop the vehicle, we consult the association. Association will send us another vehicle with another driver, and also contact the owner of the vehicle. Because what we want to see happening, we want to see our commuters from point A to point B arriving safely and with arrival alive.
All right, thank you so much. We'll leave it at there. Mr. Midday Mali from Sandagu, just also giving the side of the taxi industry, saying they're also part of the road safety campaigns. And they're also trying their level best to make sure that that message of arrive alive does also resonate with their members. And as we heard the minister once again reiterating that this is a partnership, everybody should get involved. He has also appealed on motorists to play their part and make sure that they drive responsibly, no speeding and no drinking and driving. Let's toss it back to studio.
Thanks very much for that, Patricia. For more on the Easter Exodus, we cross to our reporter, Matla.